today's presentation, I am going to unveil some potent strategies that can significantly amplify the yield of your lemon tree. These are straightforward, actionable methods that even novice cultivators can implement. Be sure to stay tuned until the conclusion, as strategy number 4 is truly remarkable and delivers astonishing outcomes. Let's commence with the paramount and most crucial strategy. The fundamental secret behind abundant lemon production is ample, direct sunlight. Lemon trees are ardent sunseekers, and in its absence, they simply cannot muster enough blossoms. Blossoms are the genesis of fruit. Consequently, if flowering is feeble, lemon output will invariably remain low. A flourishing lemon plant requires a minimum of 6 to 8 hours of direct sunshine each and every day. This does not refer to bright shade or diffused light. It signifies genuine, unobstructed sunlight falling directly upon the foliage. Sunlight plays an instrumental role in photosynthesis, the vital process by which plants generate their sustenance. When a lemon plant receives sufficient sunlight, it produces an increased amount of energy, which is utilized to foster robust branches, healthy leaves, and a greater abundance of flowers. Inadequate sunlight renders the plant weak. You may observe elongated, slender branches, pale green leaves, and a prevalent issue known as blossom abscission. In conditions of low light, lemon plants frequently produce blossoms that drop prematurely, failing to transform into fruit. This occurs because the plant lacks the requisite energy resources to sustain fruit development. For optimum outcomes, position your lemon tree where it can enjoy direct morning sun until midday. If your plant is cultivated in a container, rotate it slightly every few days to ensure balanced growth and uniform sunlight exposure. For in-ground trees, ensure nearby structures or larger vegetation do not cast excessive shade. Remember, no fertilizer can compensate for a lack of light. Prioritizing adequate sunlight exposure addresses half the challenges of citrus cultivation, enhancing flowering and paving the way for a bountiful harvest. Without it, subsequent strategies will yield minimal results. Strategy number 2 involves proper pruning, a highly effective yet frequently neglected practice for increasing lemon tree productivity. While many growers hesitate to trim their trees, regular pruning encourages more robust flowering and larger fruit. The key lies in understanding exactly which branches to target. First, focus on internal, congested branches that grow inward toward the center of the tree. These branches obstruct sunlight from reaching the inner canopy and impede air circulation. Stagnant air and trapped humidity create an environment ripe for fungal diseases and pests, causing blossoms to drop. Removing these inward-growing branches opens up the canopy to light and fresh air. Second, preserve and encourage outward and upward-facing branches. These branches capture maximum sunlight, remaining healthy and establishing vigorous fruiting sites. Since lemons primarily flower on fresh growth, an open canopy structure directly increases potential fruit sites. Pruning also helps redirect the tree's energy. By removing unnecessary branches, the plant stops wasting nutrients on weak or shaded areas. Instead, this vital energy is channeled into developing strong new shoots, blossoms, and maturing fruit. The ideal window for pruning is late winter to early spring, typically around February or March. During this period, the tree prepares to awaken from winter dormancy and enter active spring growth. Trimming now stimulates the emergence of productive new fruiting wood. Avoid heavy pruning during summer heat or midwinter to prevent plant stress. Always use sharp, sanitized tools for clean, angled cuts, and never remove more than 25 to 30% of the canopy at once. This simple practice significantly improves ventilation and boosts your harvest. Our third strategy addresses the issue of blossom drop to maximize fruit set. It is common for a tree to look healthy and produce many blossoms, only for them to shed within days. This frustrating situation can be easily remedied. A primary cause of premature blossom drop is micronutrient deficiency, specifically a lack of boron. Boron is essential for proper blossom development, pollen viability, and successful fertilization. Without enough boron, flower stems become brittle, pollination fails, and blossoms drop before fruit can form. To fix this, prepare a simple nutritional spray. Dissolve half a teaspoon of boron powder, boric acid, in 1 liter of clean, warm water. Alternatively, use a liquid micronutrient blend containing boron, zinc, and iron. Mix thoroughly until completely dissolved. Then gently spray the lemon tree using a fine mist bottle, focusing on the blossoms, buds, and young leaves. Apply this foliar spray early in the morning or late in the evening to avoid leaf scorch. Never spray under intense midday sun. Repeat this application every 15 days throughout the flowering phase. Boron strengthens the blossom structure and enhances pollen health. Successful pollination ensures that the majority of blossoms transition into tiny lemons that remain securely attached to the branches. This spray also optimizes hormonal balance, regulating internal mechanisms that prevent fruit drop. Within weeks, you will notice fewer fallen petals and clusters of small fruits forming. Note: do not exceed the recommended dose, as excess boron can be toxic to the plant. Follow the recipe closely and reduce application if the tree receives micronutrients through root fertilization. This method is vital for consistent fruit production. Strategy number 4 introduces a potassium-rich booster to increase fruit size and count. This natural, cost-effective method significantly improves harvest quality. Potassium regulates water movement, enhances fruit weight, sweetness, aroma, and peel thickness. Without enough potassium, lemons remain small, lack juice, and drop before ripening. Banana peels are an excellent source of accessible organic potassium. They contain rich minerals that release gently into the soil, ensuring easy root absorption. To prepare this fertilizer, chop 2 to 3 banana peels into small pieces. Place them in a container and add enough water to submerge the pieces completely. Allow the mixture to steep for 24 hours. During this time, potassium and other nutrients infuse into the water, creating a nutrient-rich liquid. Strain the liquid after 24 hours and use it to water the base of your lemon tree. Avoid splashing the leaves and apply it only to pre-moistened soil to prevent root shock and optimize absorption. This infusion increases fruit mass, makes lemons juicier, prevents early fruit drop, and builds plant immunity against drought, cold, and temperature swings. Apply this banana peel tea every 10 to 15 days during flowering and fruit development. You will notice firmer, faster-growing lemons within a few weeks. Use with moderation, stick to the schedule, and avoid combining it with harsh chemical fertilizers. It is an ideal solution for both indoor containers and organic gardens. Our 5th strategy emphasizes the use of soft, salt-free water for irrigation. Water quality impacts citrus trees far more than many gardeners realize. Even with ideal light and nutrients, hard well water or untreated borehole water can undermine your harvest efforts. Lemons are highly sensitive to soil salinity. Regular use of mineral-heavy water damages soil structure and stunts roots. Groundwater from boreholes is often saturated with calcium, magnesium, and iron salts. Over time, these salts accumulate in the soil, blocking roots from absorbing potassium and other elements. The tree experiences nutrient starvation, shedding blossoms, and tiny fruit. Signs of salt stress include dry leaf tips, marginal burn, yellowing foliage, and stalled growth. Even if the tree blooms, it will lack the strength to carry fruit to maturity. To prevent this, water your lemon tree exclusively with soft water. Rainwater or melted snow is ideal, as it is naturally pure and helps flush accumulated salts out of the root zone. If rainwater collection is impractical, use dechlorinated tap water or filtered water, which contains far fewer minerals than untreated underground water. Periodically flush the container with a generous amount of soft water to wash excess salts out through the drainage holes. Enriching the soil with organic matter like compost or vermicompost also helps neutralize salt effects. Avoid frequent, shallow waterings with hard water, as this damages roots. Clean water is essential for root health and long-term tree productivity. Strategy number 6 is a professional technique, utilizing temporary moisture deficits to trigger abundant flowering. Known as water stress, this method, when done correctly, coaxes even stubborn trees into bloom. When given constant, heavy watering, a lemon tree often focuses on vegetative growth, producing lush leaves while ignoring blossom production. By reducing water input roughly 10 to 12 days before the expected blooming period, you create a managed stress environment. The tree perceives the dryness as a survival threat and shifts energy into reproduction, setting numerous flower buds. Note: do not stop watering completely. Reduce the volume so the soil stays slightly dry but does not crack or turn to dust. A minor loss of leaf turgor, slight drooping, is normal. This brief dry period helps redirect internal sap toward bud formation. After 10 to 12 days, give the tree a thorough, deep watering with warm water. This sudden moisture influx acts as a positive shock. Roots absorb the water quickly, activating nutrient flow and resulting in a sudden burst of blooms across the tree. Commercial growers use this method to synchronize flowering cycles. However, practice moderation. Prolonged drought causes leaf drop and weakens the tree. Apply this technique only to mature, healthy trees. Never subject young or recently transplanted saplings to water stress. Once blossoms open, resume normal watering to support the newly developing fruit. Our 7th strategy involves addressing calcium deficiencies to prevent the loss of small, newly formed fruit. Gardeners often notice that after successful pollination, pea-sized lemons turn yellow and drop. A hidden cause of this issue is inadequate calcium. Calcium is required to build sturdy cell walls, support cell division, maintain root health, and ensure fruit skin elasticity. If calcium is scarce, fruit stems remain weak, and the tree sheds fruit it cannot structurally support. An eco-friendly way to supply calcium is by using ordinary eggshells. Composed mostly of calcium carbonate, they offer excellent, slow-release nutrition. Collect eggshells, rinse them thoroughly to remove protein residue, and dry them well in the sun. Grind them into a fine powder using a coffee grinder or mortar and pestle. A fine grind helps soil microbes break down the minerals faster for root absorption. Scatter this powder evenly over the soil surface, keeping it slightly away from the main trunk. Gently work the powder into the topsoil using a hand fork, then water the area. This calcium boost strengthens fruit stems, keeping lemons securely attached and minimizing fruit drop. Calcium also thickens the rind of mature lemons, preventing skin splitting from irregular watering, while balancing magnesium and potassium uptake. Apply this powder every 30 to 40 days. Eggshells work best alongside organic matter, which assists in their breakdown. Strategy number 8 introduces a comprehensive monthly soil amendment to maintain nutrient levels. This final method ensures your tree produces fruit consistently throughout the year rather than in short, isolated bursts. Soil in containers exhaust quickly, making regular nutrient replenishment essential. Once a month, prepare an energy mix using 3 components: well-rotted cow manure or dry compost, high-quality vermicompost, and neem cake powder. Well-rotted manure improves soil porosity and delivers a steady release of nitrogen and macroelements. It aids in moisture retention and promotes root hair growth. Vermicompost introduces beneficial microbes, humic acids, and vital enzymes. It enhances nutrient bioavailability and stimulates new shoot development, which is critical since lemons fruit on fresh growth. Neem cake powder serves a dual purpose. It supplies micronutrients and acts as a natural pesticide and fungicide. Neem suppresses soil-borne larvae, root rot, and nematodes, letting the tree focus energy on fruit production instead of pest survival. Blend these components in equal parts and apply the mix around the root zone, keeping a clear distance from the main trunk to avoid bark rot. Lightly incorporate the mixture into the topsoil and water gently. This monthly routine maintains balanced soil fertility, allowing your lemon tree to carry flowers and developing fruit simultaneously. If you found these lemon plant strategies beneficial, please remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with fellow gardeners. Inform me in the comments which strategy proved most effective for you, and I will see you in the next video.